Today we're going to be talking about enums. Now, before we start talking about enums, let's think about a little bit about how we go about writing code. Now, one of the things that we do when we're writing code is that we need to create classifications and then do actions based on those particular classifications. Now, if you're coding by yourself and you are only have one file that you're coding into, it's real easy to do this. You can do as you see here, where I've got a variable set up for size underscore type of large, and a particular my size equals large. And if you execute that to compare your size with the various size types, it's going to come back and say you are large. Okay? And it's going to look something like this. Now, before you know it, you have grown. You have multiple people working on the project, and no one seems to be able to remember if large is supposed to be all capital or is it supposed to be uh, all lowercase or what have you. And you end up with situations like this, where in one piece of the source code, size type is large, all uppercase, and then someone codes it, my size equals large with all lowercase, and you end up with it not matching. And that's really a matter of documentation. And the from my experiences using an object like enums, that is its big advantage is that it helps you document. It helps you document how things are supposed to be. Now, one of the beauties of the enum is that, again, it helps you document what things mean and it gives them significance. Now, I've imported from the enum file, I've imported enum, and I've set up a class that is size type, and it's an enum, and I've set small equals 1, medium equals 2, large equals 3. And I have set my variable to be that variable my underscore size equals size type period large. So we know that when we see size type period large, that is the enum for the large size. So if it's going to test if my size equals size type period large, then that will always be that way inside the source code. So then it would print you are large. And if by some chance you set my underscore size to be size type period medium, it would not come up large. Now, there are two ways of setting up an enum. You can use the class method and it looks like this, or you can use the functional syntax and it looks like this. Notice that it's got a function of enum. It again says what the enum is called and gives you a list of the options inside the enum. And the example we have here does both of those. Okay, let's run that and see what it looks like. And we'll see here the class type It came back and says you are large, and the one that used the function designation that was set up by the function here, it came back and said you are medium. And again, the important thing, there are some other aspects to the enum, but the important thing that I want to stress to everyone watching the YouTube video is the fact that using enums helps you document your code and it keeps you from making those silly types of mistakes of everyone typed it all uppercase up until 3 weeks ago. We hired a new programmer, and he came online and he was typing it in all lowercase, and so his code wouldn't work, and he can't figure out why. If you're using enums, you don't really have to worry with that as much. Well, thank you for listening.